You seem to want to say something.
Normally it's that I have to use the restroom, but actually it's on a different subject matter.
All right.
Just briefly, I'm not going to be here, Your Honor, tomorrow. Ms. Hingerty is.
Okay.
But I guess I'm going to go back to the old saw that I keep bringing up, Your Honor. Just briefly, just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute. I'm going to renew my motion for the court to limit the state's time. I'm going to cite your authority under 244403, 246611, and I'm just going to ask you, please read, if you haven't already, U.S. v. Reeves.
I've read it.
I think it's very persuasive on your ability and the logic and reasoning behind putting a time limit on the state. We just got through with a witness, Your Honor, that the state said was going to take 3 hours. And we spent, now that was just 3 hours on direct. And we just spent a week on that witness, Your Honor.
Well,
So
we had 2 witnesses this week.
5 days. And then, yes, Your Honor, I'm not going to disagree
Well,
with
wait,
you.
no, this is only, what
When
is
it
today?
was-
This is only
It was
Tuesday.
Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, but whatever. It was far, far longer than 3 hours. So please look at Reeves again and consider it, Your Honor.
So I am reticent to say, for this witness, you can only have X amount of time.
No, I'm asking for.
However, okay, we've got a, how many count indictment here? With at least 8, in addition to the Rico count, 8 different sets of crimes. And the case law also provides that the state is entitled to, and it is, a violation to prevent them from being able to present their case. And I know that's not what you're asking, but how am I to know how long it is going to take them to efficiently present the amount of evidence to cover all of the things that are in this indictment? That being said, I will say that not so much, honestly, even the amount of time that was taken up with Mr. Sledge, because I assume the 3-hour estimate was thinking Mr. Sledge was going to be a cooperative witness, and Mr. Sledge didn't ultimately end up being so much of a cooperative witness. But y'all, I mean, the amount of time that was taken up by everybody with Mr. Wright was probably a bit excessive. And I put everybody who asked questions almost in that category. I do think that the state needs to, get more targeted and focused with the examinations. And then there seems to be redirects take almost as long as the directs, and that should not usually be the case. And nobody ought to be rehashing things that have already been established, either at, a little bit of leeway every once in a while to, okay, let me refamiliarize you to this as I lead into what I want to get to. But like a 5-question, there's this, there's that, there's the other that everybody's already heard, and I'm addressing this to everybody who might need to hear it. That we don't need. And we just don't need to be rehashing everything. And we also need to think redirect is supposed to only cover things that are in cross, and recross is only supposed to cover things that were in redirect. So please get more focused, and to the extent that people make the 403 waste of time objection, I'm going to take it seriously.
Well, I think Reeves addresses, I guess, a lot of that and the need for us to raise 403 by eliminating that and eliminating the courts, or reducing, according to the judge in that case, eliminating the need for the court to spend a lot of time on 403s, because it forces the state to be more efficient in their presentation of the case. And to say that the state is moving with any degree of efficiency or I just don't know what to say about the plotting rate that the state plows through the direct examination. And I don't see anything. I mean, we're 100 witnesses in. We've got 100 witnesses to go. I know that's a rough number.
I'm hoping we don't actually have 100 witnesses to
Well,
go.
that
I
seems to be
really
a
would
bottom.
like that to be narrowed down. But I don't think we've gotten to the point yet where we can turn to that topic. But I mean, I've said a couple of times that the state needs to take a very close and careful look at the witness list that still exists and do everything you can to make sure that we're not being cumulative with our witnesses. And I hear you saying maybe we should be doing the same thing about a time limit. And y'all, I mean, you know, and I know it's not a trial, but incredibly important issues get decided in appellate courts all the time. You get, 20 minutes to talk about something that could be groundbreakingly different. So, I'm not saying that at some point I might not just say, all right, you've got 5 hours for this witness's direct and you can do it in that amount of time. I'll need to know more about what you need to cover with that witness, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. I do think that given how long Mr. Copeland was on the stand, that we've made real progress in that we've now been able to finish 2 witnesses in far less time than that. But I hope 3 witnesses in far less time than that. So I feel like it is progress, but we could probably get more targeted than we are.
Okay.
So
I can, in as much as this, I'm probably the most verbose of us all, but I can make my questions tighter.
okay.
The intent on redirect has always been to respond to things that I hear brought up on cross, and to the extent that I can be more precise in pointing out the specific question that was raised on cross that I'm trying now to have the witness explain further or give an explanation for, I will do that as well.
All right. And I do not want to call anybody out in front of the jury. I also don't want to excuse the jury constantly. That takes a lot of time just for them to even file in there and file back. So, I'm telling y'all this now in the strong hope that what you're saying you're going to do, you're actually going to do. But if I see that it still is as, I don't know the right words, but depending upon what I see, I may have to deal with it further.
Okay, thank you. And I wouldn't keep raising this if my client wasn't stuck at Rice Street. So that's the reason I bring this up every once in a
So,
while.
I think it's fair to bring up
Thank you.
regardless.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So-
I appreciate you hearing me
Okay.
out.
And I also, just for the record, and so that the victims that are named in our cases are aware, we are appreciative of the courts affording the state the opportunity to effectively present to the jury all the evidence that we have in this case without being cumulative and without being redundant. But our victims obviously deserve every bit of attention that we have to offer to this. And I appreciate the court's willingness to afford that to the state.
Okay. All right, if there's nothing else, then let's convene at 9 tomorrow.
Thank you, Judge.
Goodness gracious. Everybody, I want to thank you so much. Everybody, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much, Cull Obsidian, for being the stream sponsor today. Thank you so very much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you, Malika. Thank you so much, Aaron, Republic Tea Room, as well as Mass Hysteria and Ray, just Auntie coming, or Auntie rather, showing up and showing out. Thank you so much. Hi-Fi as well. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for supporting what I'm doing. I'm glad that you're finding value in this. If you didn't already hit the like button, hopefully I earned it. Hit the like button on your way out. Let's jump back in tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So basically 3 hours from now. And I'll see you real soon, everybody. Thanks again. Until then, grace and peace. Take care.